And then let me introduce myself first. Maybe some of you do not know me yet. My name is Irfan, and now I'm living in Bogor. I'm working for environmental, specifically for conserving the Sumatran tiger. Maybe some of you who living in Bogor, yeah, maybe we can arrange to meeting sometime. Okay. Now we will talk about that understanding your social circle. How does it benefit you? Uh, as human, especially for our culture here, having a friend or people around is necessary, right? So some of maybe you can usually call them like a best friend, bestie, or anything. Um, but how does them affecting you throughout your life? So maybe a little bit background why I came up with this discussion, because one of my friends recommend me to talk about this and getting more thoughts with you. And if I'm not mistaken, this topic being got viral on social media even several time ago. So maybe let's just jump into the discussion. And an article said that social circle is established by the same interest, generation, and communication style, and etc. Maybe also age. That maybe we also having a friend since how we were age, that still maybe still communicate with you until now, or maybe living with you until now. So so the question is, do you agree, guys, with or disagree with this statement? Maybe who wants to share your opinion first to respond to this statement? Oh, what is that, chat? Agree. Thank you, Mr. Moonshine. So maybe Mr. Moonshine, can you maybe deliver some of your opinion why you agree with this?
Yeah, I think what you show on your presentation, I agree. Why? Because when you see people with a lot of, how to say, like their interests, they will group as one. For example, like trader community. When you try to become trader, you must put yourself into a trader community, right? Or maybe you are in entrepreneurship and something like that. But in some cases, even when you are an entrepreneurship or trader, you will make another circle outside what interests you. What for? It's for leisure or spend your time during stress and something like that. So yeah, I think that's why I agree with this.
So the conclusion is, so at the same time we not only need one circle, so we need another circle for another purposes like that. Mr. Rahman said. Okay, thank you, Mr. So maybe uh any others guys who wants to share your options? Did you agree or disagree with this statement? Or should I call you one by one?
If no one raises their hand, you may point us.
Okay, thank you. So maybe in my screen, Mr. Sharif, go ahead, Mr. Sharif. Would you like to share your opinion?
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Irfan, for my opinions about these statements. I strongly agree with this statement because how we can confidence if we don't have the if we don't have same interest our style communication if uh, the social circles is the what that uh, community my community we can share uh, about anything like uh, basically like that yeah but it's different apa nih it have various circles like I have circles that is strong to study English like you and this community and then I have friends or community of or social circles who likes sports like jogging and etc like that. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that's yeah.
My
Yeah,
speak not good.
yeah, no problem. I got your points. So
Okay.
you have the same idea with Mr. Moonshine also, right? So in some case we need a certain circle, and in other case we need a certain circle also. So thank you, Mr. Sharif. Maybe Miss Mawar, you go first.
Thank you, Mr. Irfan. Well, maybe we heard people talk about social circles a lot on social media, and sometimes social circles can be a joke, and it becomes memes nowadays. But I never heard. I never heard of a social circle in my disciplinary study. Maybe it may appear in another study like a psychology, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. And before I give my opinion regarding the slide, I want to share an insight between social groups and cliques, because in my disciplinary study, a social circle may be called a social group or cliques. And yeah, as far as I know, there are social groups and cliques in a society, and they both are different. Well, a social group is usually composed of a large group of diverse people, and when I say diverse, it means different types of people from other cultures, other from various characteristic regions and faith gather in one group in order to gain the same goals. Uh, and in contrast with a social group, there's a clique. Yeah, a clique is smaller than a social group, and it may consist of two members, up to five members. Maybe we might familiar with this clique when we were in middle school or in high school. In Indonesia, maybe we call gang. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Maybe I want to give more insight about a social group. So, how we can define a group as a social group based literature that I read, and a sociologist called Robert K. Merton. There are three characteristics that a social group must have. First, maybe there is a social interaction pattern between each member. And the second one, a person in that group must identify himself as a part of that group. And the last one is the opposite person that we communicate with must identify themselves as a part of that group too. Well, based on your slide, yes, you are right. A social group is established can be made uh, by the same interest, generation, on communication style. But I want to add other points regarding this. Maybe the another background of a social group can be uh, on the same experiences of emotional and intellectual, and a social group can be met in the same of psycho characteristic, or because an intention to increase the evasi the effectiveness of work, such as um in a work office. And it can be based on an intention to still reproduce like a family. And it can be based on the same region, like a community in university, or in university, or in academic institution. When you study abroad or studying in another region, you will join that kind of group that can be uh, called as a place or home. Maybe maybe that's all, Mr. Irfan.
Okay, Miss Mawar, I do agree with Mr. Ranga. You actually have done many research about it, Miss Mawar. Thank you. So yeah, it's cool that we got new insight with this topic. So go for Miss Suchi. Are you there?
Hi. Yeah, I'm
Okay, go
here.
ahead, Miss Suchi.
Yes, so I do agree with this statement. So people say that similarity is a common sense, or in Korea they said that kitty kitty. So like people with similarity will be gathered together sometime unconsciously. So that is why sometimes they will establish their social circle like that. But for this one, like social circle is established by the same interest, generation, and communication style, and etc. Yes, I do agree, but not unnecessarily to be like the same for all of the for in all of those aspects, because like sometimes we have a same interest but different communication styles. Like we have a same communication style, but we came from a different generation. So that is why sometimes, like Miss Mawarfina said before, like that's how we support each other. That's how we feel in each other, because we have like some diversity in our self. So that is why. But at least we need like one similarity that will click us to each other. So that is why that sometimes people seeking like any other people that with which has a same interest or same generation to have like some click, or and then like have. But for communication style, that I want to stress on this one, like um I think like social circle in my experience, like all of my social circle with in different circle, that not not all of us has like different communication styles. So that is why we can gather we can, how to say, that is why we can establish our social circle, because we have like different communication styles, so that we can support to each other. like for the effectivity or something like that in words or even in society, something like that. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Oh, wow, that's good. Thank you too, Miss Suchi. Maybe, yeah, maybe we can, maybe in this, the atmosphere is still Independence Day, right? So Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. So difference make us unite, right? So not all, yeah, like Miss Suchi mentioned that we need also some like other differentiation difference from like communication styles. So it will make our circle more like, yeah, yeah, various and get more ideas about. So anyone else wants to share your opinion, guys? Okay. If not, maybe we can go to the next slide. So,
Add something? Oh yeah.
oh, there's another one, Mr. Ranga.
Yeah, I was gonna add something.
Oh yeah. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Ranga.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, yeah, I do agree with what has been said by everyone, saying that social circle is crucial for us, especially to improve our skills, our um, knowledge, insights, etc. Um, and my point is that it's also important to keep our spirit up, because by having a good social circle, they can evaluate you, they can remind you when you're done, when you feel uh, dumb in the down, for example, and then they can be there for you to encourage you to be more positive, to be in the right way, to reach what you have planned so far. Hence, this is the importance of social circle. They not only can share knowledge, everything, but they can also motivate you, um, and also um, make you feel energetic and such by being there for you. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just one point. Thank
yeah,
you.
that's right, Mr. Ranga. So instead of just like maybe in the same interest, same generation communication, but also produce to increasing your maybe like, yeah, your creativity or productivity like that. So thank you, Mr. Ranga. So this is, if may I call Mr. or Miss Retno?
Either
Oh,
Mrs.
Miss.
or Miss, that's okay.
Okay, go ahead, Miss Retno.
Actually, I haven't done any research yet, so maybe what I'm gonna say is pretty much the same as the previous speakers. Yeah, this is the first time I joined this conversation actually, so I just got this link like a few minutes ago. So yeah, I'm not prepared yet, but I'm interested in the topic about circle, and I do agree with Mr. Anga. Yes,
I guess you
because
had one experience.
yes,
Oh,
um,
great.
social circle. I think yes, it is constructed because of similar things. We have something in common. We share things in common, like we have the same interest, we have the same background, we have the same problems. For example, we share each other because I do have this kind of that community. Maybe my friends and I can say they are my circle and I feel comfortable with, and it is very important because we join in a circle where we feel comfortable. If because we we think we are not alone. We still find some other people which are like us. In this case, a mom like me. We like talking about parenting stuff, and that's a circle begins. the same interest about parenting, the same problems about how to deal with kids and how to bring them up like that. And of course, like Mr. Anga said, it brings positivity, it brings good vibes, positive vibes, and I can feel it in my circle. So yes, I agree with that statement. Circle is formed by the same interests.
Yeah, that's nice, Mrs. Retno. So instead of like the same interest, generation, communication style, but circle also built up by the other factors like what our condition now and what other trigger coming in. So yeah, that's a cool one, Mrs. Retno. Thank you very much for your share.
Very welcome.
Anybody else? Yeah, anybody else wants to share your opinion about this statement? Do you agree or disagree, guys? Or any maybe you want to add something related to what makes our circle established? Okay, if not, we can go to the next slide. So yeah, many of you guys say that the factors that create your circle, and yes, but today just a good friends cannot be called by a social circle. So or one or where some people of common interest meet and become friends eventually. So the idea is, the most basic idea of social circle is to come together and do something creative, something productive, as what Mr. Angga mentioned before. So maybe start from now, yeah, or yeah, because life got many pressure on us. So maybe we can also like how to say it, maybe selective or what, to choose our circle or our purpose, like what circle make us more creative, what circle make us more productive, or maybe we need also a circle for refresh, like many of you mentioned before. And then so yes, social circle also might driving your life and future. It's not totally controlled, but it's absolutely affecting your plans and your goals, right? So based on your recent circle or your old circle, or you want to your plan next circle, how impactful is your life if your social circle in your life, which maybe uh, uh, Mrs. right now before already mentioned that, already shared that she is now a parent, so have a circle that with other parents and talking about parenting and take care of kids. So how maybe what do you guys think about in your circle? What impactful? How impactful your circle in your life? Was it already make change to your life?
Yes, like a lot.
Okay. Want to share again, Mrs. Retno? Go ahead.
Okay, sure. So I don't know whether we can call it like best or what. I don't know about that. But this community, this group, my circle was created in 20, 2016, I think. 2016. And it began when we realized that being a parent is not that easy. And we think, okay, we can make a group and we can share anything about parenting stuff about our kids. And yes, that's the story goes. The story went. And we began to tell about our problems, and we feel comfortable. And to be honest, I I didn't know many things about Islam back then, although I'm Muslim. You know what it means, right? But my friends um, in my circle, they bring positive vibes. They always remind us like, all right, ladies, today is Friday. Don't forget to recite Al Kafi. I think that's a positive vibes, right? They always remind each other about when to do fasting and about, yeah, about hadith and all that jazz. I think that's good. That's and it gives significant impact in my life, I think.
Would you like to you would like to tell us what is it? What makes those those reminders to your life maybe?
Because my family, my parents are not religious, so I wasn't religious either, so I didn't know much about that. Like I didn't know that we recite Al Kafi on Friday, but then my friends um began to share like some hadith and maybe some um free classes like tahsin classes. I think that's good because if I didn't know them, I wouldn't know anything about those classes. Like I wouldn't have any access to those classes. But of course it's faith, right? It's just, yeah, it's a faith. It's my faith.
Yeah. Okay. So so what's the significant change in your life specifically? Miss
The
Retno, you would
significant
like to
change.
share?
mm, for now, I think, although I'm not that let's say I'm not that too religious, but I know better than I used to be. I know
Mm,
better about what I should do as a Muslim than I used to be.
no, that's that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's, I think that's priceless.
Yeah, of course. Hope that will continue through your life, right, Mrs.
Yeah,
Retno?
yes, inshallah.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Retno. Anyone else wants to share? Maybe what makes you guys to be like now in your circle? Have your circle impacted you being what you want? So we here have Nov. Is it? I call you Mr. or Miss? Miss and Mr. Nov.
I'm a female.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah.
Can you tell us your circle? Is it was it impactful to your life now?
Well, it's a little bit difficult for me because I don't really interact with others in a real life. Um, I was born in a village and in a very rural area, but after I finished my senior high school, I went to city until almost 10 years perhaps. So and then right now I went back to my village and not really interact with them a lot. So mostly because I'm right now trying to find a scholarships to continue my degree. So right now, mostly I interact with people using online device, online apps like Telegrams, and I have like WhatsApp groups for scholarships catcher dream. Yeah, so um, that's the background. Um, sorry, what was the question? Like how impactful? Yeah.
Yes. Maybe your previews or your recent circle.
Yeah, so from the online circle I have, it is very impactful, especially when trying to apply for scholarships. Sometimes we got rejections, and sometimes we are happy or very excited to apply, but sometimes we are down. So my circle actually helped me to share the feeling. Yeah, I think the impact is to keep what I'm trying to pursue, to keep doing it. I think that's the positive impact.
Oh, so you got your friends from course or just randomly?
There is a random one. There is the from the course. Yeah.
Okay. They still support you to keep maintain you and create pursue your plan to next study, right?
Yeah. They help me. I think even from the circle, I mean the random one, I met, let's say, someone already got the scholarships, and last 2 weeks ago, they helped me totally to prepare for the interview. I know nothing about it, so they helped me to practice. So that's the positive one, I think. But sometimes there is also the negative one, and that's fine, I think, because we know it's gonna be happen. So this is how we control ourselves. I mean, we are in a circle that sometimes can be positive, sometimes can also be not that positive. But I think we should also control ourselves. Like I have one group. It is consists only 3 of us, and because they work, but I'm not. I'm jobless. So they kind of busy with their work, and sometimes I try to remind them, can we have a meeting, because we have like weekly meeting to share our progress, but sometimes they cannot make it. I think that's a little bit negative, but I try to accept it and not really think a lot about it. I know that I feel like I really want to, but they cannot make it. So yeah, okay, just accept it. I cannot have a control of it, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes maybe at some time in the future we also become that position, maybe, right? When so yeah, in this situation, we need to understand each other. So maybe you can find another friends that still struggling as like you.
Yeah, totally. Yes. Thank you
Yes.
for suggestion.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Nov, for sharing.
Yeah,
so
thank
now,
you.
Mr. Sunshine.
Okay, I just want to
go
make
ahead,
sure. Can you hear my voice? Is my voice audible and not echoing? Is it fairly clear?
You are a bit echoing, Mr. Sunshine.
I
For me,
cannot hear.
I don't know.
Okay,
but it's more, yeah.
better right now.
Yes,
What about now?
it's better.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, responding to your questions proposed right here, I'd like to say that indeed, and there might be some impacts given by our social circle. Again, and it's totally up to us to decide whether to follow them or leave them. Okay, when it refers to this question, I would say that they do not have a significant influence toward my current lifestyle, because I strongly determined the flow of my own life right now, because the I would say that it's like a general principle where you get older, the little and smaller the circle you have, and even you become more picky in choosing what kind of choices or friends or wisdoms that will go in line with your decision. Okay. Okay.
Hello, Mr. Sunshine.
Okay, because there is Abu Musa Al Indonesia that do not mute. Please kindly mute, Mr. Rangga.
Hold on.
Okay. Okay, nice. Okay, thank you. Anyway, I guess that is a really common proverb and understanding that your social circle might benefit from you, and you might be negatively impacted by them as well. Okay, and of course, terms of being positively and negatively affected might diverse and be that significantly relative. Means that we know that something good for you is probably something bad for me, and vice versa as well. So social circle in my current lifestyle would be more selectively chosen, because I felt like I kind of know um, uh, what is this life for? I mean, like, what is my current purpose? What is the goal that I pursue? And it might differ completely with what they want to have. Okay, for example, like what has been said by Miss Nov before. Okay, she said that when we like people are randomly inclined to assemble in one place where they have similar interest. Okay, but what comes better and even greater than that is when you have no interest, but you still have like a mutual sharing. Okay, this is something that very unlikely to happen. Okay, but I can say that this like more into loyal friendship. Okay, you with some of your friends, your old friends, that even though you no longer have a similar backgrounds in terms of education, social, or environment, you can still keep in touch and go side to side with them. So in conclusion, I would say that the matter of impact given by our social circle still would be filtered wisely, and I believe that everyone chose the decisions based on their best interest. I think it's economic, one of the most renowned economic terms or theories. Okay, so everyone, as long as we have interests, yeah, we can be that realistic and opportunist and even pragmatic. Okay, we can leave anything that we consider true and justice just for the sake of greater benefits that await for us. Yeah, no matter the type of the circles, so social circles that will impact us at the end of the day, because we see a bigger opportunity, bigger benefits. Okay, regardless of the worst, the complicated, the abstract or unclear the determination, the purpose of that social circle, as long as we see greater benefits at the end, I believe that it is justifiable. Okay, but yeah, that's what considerably happened in our current social lifestyle, I suppose. I think that's something. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Okay, Mr. Sunshine. That's cool. So many ideas came up from you, and yeah, uh, yeah, we also need, especially in this era, right? So we need to screen, to filtering our circle, as well as we are growing. We need to do that. So, but so as you mentioned, maybe Mr. Sunshine, that um is your circle also changed by your how to say, by your uh purpose? I mean, like, your, if you want to be like this, so you change your circle and change, find the other one, or even you do not need a circle to pursue, to reach your goals.
Sometimes circle. I'm somehow I feel like a circle is like, is it a permanent or temporary one? Because I don't know. Probably Mr. Moonshine know better than me. As long as you find someone, okay. I believe that you don't need any other circle, any type of circle. Is yeah, probably we can consider like working opportunities, romance circle, working circle, living circle. There would be a variety of circles over there, whether it would be the type of permanence or only for the temporary. Okay, so in other words, I can say that. What's the question?
Yeah, I mean, like, for you, in your perspective, or in your life,
Mhm.
is your circle also changed by the change of your plans or your
Ah,
goals?
okay. So we try to make a simultaneous test right here. Okay, I mean, like, it's not only I can influence them, but they can be influenced by me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, or vice versa. Okay, I guess it depends on them, but yeah, they change because the change that I have uh, in myself. Okay, so I can say when I no longer put a damn consideration or presence toward that life, yeah, they will also constantly and considerably make a distance over me. Okay, so probably they can see like, okay, so this is the distance. This is the current relationship that we can build. Okay, and that's why they respect that. And yeah, that's my personal perspective, though. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like, I will only walk with the one or with those people that I believe will be beneficial in my career or in my future, and they think the same as well. Because sometimes what break our relationship or what we consider inappropriate when it comes to choosing the circle is that sharing mutual goals or sharing mutual interests or sharing the same process. Okay, I think from this type, there's three types or these three categories. The circle will be made and has been and will be continuously working. I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sunshine, for the sharing.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait
So,
to hear the opinion or the thoughts of Mr. Moonshine. Okay.
yeah. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Moonshine. Hello, Mister.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Irfan. Yeah, since Mr. Sunshine already answered all the question, I think I will begin with the condition that really impact my generation or myself in this case. Actually, I will say that my generation connected by the internet, right? So I feels like when you want to try to develop or make your social circle, it means that you connect with them virtually. and sometimes since we have a lot of information and someone that really admires us, we kind of separated by our plan or by our goals in our life, and it makes me feels like it's really hard to find to find social circle that have the same interest, just like maybe another speaker before said about their social circle. So in these cases, what I do right now, I don't seem I don't have any social circle in my life. It doesn't mean that I don't have friends. I have friends, but I don't connect with them with the same goals or the same interests or something to push you in the future. We just like Mr. Sanchez, we just share same mutual things. For example, like leisure or something that we need to cheer ourselves on the weekend, something like that. But if I want to answer how impactful your social circle based on my experience, for example, like in business, uh, there will be no people or person that will success on business without social circle or without circle. We know some gang like Berkeley gang or Mr. Sandiaga gangs, Eric Thohir gang, something like that. It means like your circle will shape your goals or your ends in your career, something like that. So I think that's really makes me feels like it's really hard to choose your social circle, since you have your own passion or your own goals in the future. It's just like looking for a wife or looking for a good teacher to teach you or how to guide you to be the better person, just like who Miss Retnodian before, right? She finally find a good social circle to guide her to be the better person, something like. So I think I don't know how to answer it, but it's kind of 50-50 to impact to our life. Sometimes it's really impact to your life. Sometimes it makes you become more stressful or something like that. And yeah, I just can say that.
Okay, so getting more knowledge about business sometimes make you stressful. Is that it? Okay, so thank you,
Yeah,
Mr.
sometimes in your social circle there will be competition, right? When you see your friends or one of the person in your circle already achieve a
Yeah,
target or become financial freedom, something like that, it makes you feels burden on your shoulder, right? So yeah.
yeah. So how was how your circle in business aspect? Uh, what makes you maybe is it makes you still struggle with, yeah, achieving your goals in business?
Yeah, the main problem actually, because my goals in business and my friend's goal in business is really different. My friends is going to business for make a legacy to his family, for example, like that. But my
Mm.
goals is to funding my campaign, for example, like that, to fund my campaign, something like that. So it's really we have a different approaches to develop our business. Me myself, I prefer to make a lot of network to improve my business or my project in the future. But my friends, they try to develop business as a I will not say empire, but it really likes an empire, something like that, to make a legacy to his family in the future.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's quite totally different. Yeah, it's quite difficult to find the similarity. So yeah, that's a good one, Mr. Munshan, that you choose to to learn so much by creating network in your area. So anyone else maybe? So I have here Miss or Mr. Ill. What should I call you?
I miss. Okay, hello,
Miss.
sir.
Hello. Is that your uh, name, Il?
Yeah, my nickname.
Okay. Do you want to share how impactful your circle around you?
Yeah, depends on my experience. Actually, I'm going to say that I'm from remote area, so I'm surrounded by people who don't really care about education and etc. So it gives me effect, but not negative effect as well. But I saw it's a challenge for me to get a high education. So yeah, I really struggle to get a scholarship to go to city. And I got that scholarship until I finished my bachelor degree. After that, I went to Paris to study English, and in that place, I made new circle. Basically, because it was first time for me to see that circumstances. Java. Uh, in my opinion, there were a lot of people who really, I mean, eager to get knowledge, and it's first time for me to see that circumstances, and I was shocked and stressed. After that, I'm in education circumstances, but because it's first time, and I'm shocked, and even I, I mean, I can't study well. Yeah, I can't study well, and I need time to study people around me until right now. Yeah, but
Okay.
I
So now,
love I like.
where do you live right now?
Actually, I moved to Jogja.
Okay, Jogja.
Yeah.
Okay. So which island you came from?
Riau, in the
Riau.
border of
Okay.
Riau and Jambi. It's kinda remote
Okay.
area. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Until today,
So
I'm still I still
go ahead.
study to make balance myself and others here, because I live in education circumstances also right now. I have a lot of friends that have good knowledge and etc. And I still study about that until right now. But I love living in these circumstances because it gives me energy to study more. In another side, it gives me stressful.
What is it?
Yeah, because all of people are smart. I mean, smarter
Okay.
than me. So that's why, yeah, sometimes,
It's quite challenging for you to chase them, right?
yeah. I mean, if
Okay.
I'm surrounded by poor people of knowledge, it gives me challenging to study more. But if I'm surrounded by smart people, sometimes it gives me hopeless. I mean, oh my God, I can't be like that. Yeah, yeah, it really gives, yeah, only that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's true. Actually, I'm not coming from the Java. So when I first time get in touch in Java and start interact with others, so I realized at the same you realize also, Miss Il. So I shocked at that. Wow, these people around so like yeah, they strike to the point, and they not talking like how to say it, like introduction meant so many, and they so yeah they so focus on their goals like that. So I felt that too.
Okay.
So yeah, how long you been there in Jogja?
It's about 2 months.
Okay. So it's absolutely made improvement for your life, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. But sometimes I think, yeah, it's a little bit stressful.
Yeah, that's normal. You can fix it, and you can fight for it. Thank you,
Yeah,
Miss Il.
yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
Yeah, for your experience, and then go to Mr. Muhammad Aidin.
Yes, sir. I want to asking a
Okay.
question.
Yes.
How to benefit from either good or bad circle? Please answer it. Thank you.
I'm sorry, sir. Can you repeat?
How to benefit from either good or bad circle?
I for our benefit from the bad and negative, bad and good circle. So uh it's also depend on us. Yeah, as previous speaker said, that we need to also filtering our social, our circle. So if we feel that we need to relate with our purposes, like what our goals, and then for supporting our goals, so we need someone else, or a good one to support us. So uh, that's that's what you need to do. And then if you feel that if you not get any improvement in your to achieving your goals, so maybe that's the bad one, that the bad one of your circle that you receive. So it means that it recommends you to avoid them. I mean, like, not to get away from them, but just like avoid something that make you not productive. I guess it's answering your questions, Mr. Mohammed. Hello.
Yes.
Do you have any experience or opinion about your circle? How is it
Yes.
impactful to your?
So when I try to using the social media as my virtual relationship, I found one friends there. Then after that, I can improve my English skill with my friends until I meet him in a real life. Then until now, I can have a good relationship with him, and also we improve our English. And it's also include benefits from our circle, right?
Yeah. So that's cool. So I yeah, it's heard by your accents now. You have a good
Yeah.
pronunciation of your English.
Thank you so
where
much.
is it? Where you from? Where your friend came from? I mean, like, is it far for you?
Fortunately, my friends who come from similar city as like me. He was still in Indonesia, still. But I
Okay.
have a lot of
Okay.
experience, friends from a foreigner, Russia, yeah, Germany.
Okay.
I have a lot of experience, but still hard to communicate with them.
What makes that
Because
hard?
makes this hard because of the language.
Oh, yeah.
Their English, yeah. I'm also learning Russian for communicate with my friends from Russia, but I think
Wow.
it's kind of hard for me. So I will just learn English as an international language.
Oh, that's cool. You start to learn many languages. So
Yeah, that's my hobby.
yeah, me too. So sometimes for the native speaker, it's quite hard for us to understand, to get the point, and maybe to remind the words they say, and yeah, that's the common problem for us, especially for for not English country. But your English is good. So
Thank you so much.
you have a purposes for studying English and creating a friends to talk with.
Of course, I have my purpose. My purpose is get a scholarship and go to the out of country, example in the UK or America. I'm really can't wait for that. Yeah,
Okay, I hope you
I
can
hope
get
I
it
can get
soon.
one. Thank you. God
So
bless you.
yeah, so many of us here starting getting this their opportunity to get this scholarship. So maybe we can make one circle for for getting the scholarship or getting uh, to other country. Okay, thank
Yes,
you,
of course.
Mr. Muhammad, for sharing.
My pleasure. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so anybody else wants to share how impactful your circle, everyone? Maybe here, Miss Sophie.
Yes.
Yeah, would you like to share your circle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of agree with Mr. Sunshine's statement before. He said the more older we get, we can see like the more options of circle. I mean, comparing to our old selves, then our now circle, it's totally different. We have like many more options, many more circle to choose who we want to be as a person. I mean, I'm not talking about to be better or bad, but it just gives us more option to choose to grow. And for me, uh, when we, for example, we are in the toxic circle, like one of the previous also mentioned before, and then we somehow get out from that and we find like the new circle who could help us to find our better self. I mean, we can only see the differences. I mean, the huge differences between them two when we already get out from from the previous one. So when we still in the circle, the toxic one or the previous one, we tend to like feel, oh, this is just normal. This is what people in life do as usual. But when we try, when we find out the better one, we can finally see that, oh, this is changed myself, like not only the way we think or our principle to see the world, but as simple as the way we talk, the way we try to listen more to others, or the way we behave in the society. It's totally almost everything changing when we change our circle as well. And I'm very grateful that I think I have a better circle now. I'm not saying that the old one is bad. I could have just been the one who toxic, but I think the more various circle we try to involve ourselves, the more chance we have to get better. I think that's it, sir.
Yeah, I do agree. So what's factors that impact your life or your recent circle, Miss Sophie?
All right. Let's take an example. For example, when in my freshman year, I haven't found OTA community. Let's just take OTA as the example. And then in my junior year, I found OTA. Mr. Angas introduced me to this community, and in this community, I found like a lot of people who concerned about education, scholarship, talking about future. And there's a lot of networking, not only for practicing speaking English, but also like job networking. And also we can like making friends to other culture, other backgrounds, even from people who from another country. So this I do feel OTA make me better. And yeah, I think this is the example that how impactful OTA in my life, even though this is this online platform, but it is
Yeah.
a very huge impact in someone's life.
Yeah. Okay, that was nice. So yeah, that's cool. I also feel that this maybe sometime maybe we can arrange, so Miss Ranga, so some maybe after this pandemic, or I don't know, we can meet in personally sometimes. Okay, thank you, Miss Sophie, for sharing.
Thank you, sir.
So okay, let's go to the next slide. So maybe you also already mentioned that the various circle we had, maybe the more benefit we will gain. So maybe how diverse the circle you had. Do you guys want to share? Maybe from the background, or from the culture, or from the where they are coming from. So Miss Sophie, okay, go, Miss Sophie.
Okay, I'm sorry, sir. I speak again. I think
No problem.
after a long time quiet, I think when you pointed out me to speak up, I think okay, let's just have another another time to speak.
No problem.
But
Just speak.
okay, I'm just gonna make it quick because the slide that you have shown to us is very interesting. Yeah, I have mentioned before, like the more diverse we have, like the more diverse circles we found, the more perspectives we get. For example, we have learned in the previous discussion with Miss Anissa, we have a topic about low context and high context culture. Yeah. And there's like in most of European countries, there are low context, which means they more straightforward, to the point. They just very honest about their opinion. And then there's some certain countries, in most Asian country, they're very high context that tend what they want. And it's very useful when we try to understand, or we have some sort of friends, or we already knowing their cultures before we met them, because we could have just got offended when we met someone who from a low context low context culture, and they just calling our outfit ugly or opinion bad, and we got offended and we don't want to speak up again or showing our opinion anymore. But when we already understand all of those, I mean, not just talking about low context and high context, we're talking about beliefs and education background, or how they're behave as a person. I mean, we could be a less judgmental person in everywhere, not only for people who from different countries, but for our own people who have lived with the same countries with us. We're not just directly judging them, or why you wear this, why you do this and that, because we try to understand their perspective first before we deliver our opinion. And yeah, and I also remember there's a joke in Indonesia when we I don't know if everyone familiar, but in university, when someone being judgmental very easily or they got offended very fast, we tend to say like, main lu kurang jauh. I mean, that's kind of true, because main lu kurang jauh here, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to travel around the world for through places, but it's also like you're trying to like explore more different backgrounds from different places, from particular cultures. And can also mean like you surfing the internet. It also can consider as a main jauh. Yeah, I think that's it for me, sir.
Yeah, the internet help us to mind Joe, Miss Sophie.
Yes. One of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay, so do you agree? For you on your side, do you prefer low context or high context communications,
I
or
will
mix it?
no, no, I will like adjust myself, depends on what places. Maybe like if I with my let's say my family, like my family who a little bit conservative, of course I'm not gonna be like low context. I try to be like high context for them. I'm not saying that low context is rude, no, but some people just don't take it, or they don't see it as a politeness. So I think when I talk to friends on, and for you, and because I'm pretty sure you're an open-minded person, I can see just like become low context suddenly as a person, because I'm pretty sure that you're not get offended by me, because you see my opinion objectively, not subjectively.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. So I also implement that yeah, we need to see where we are and who we talk with, especially if we still here in Indonesia, right? So thank you, Miss Sophie. And next, Miss Suchi.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. So actually, I just want to share my experience. So currently, I'm volunteering in West Papua, and with the other 7 people. Like actually, like 8 of us, we didn't choose each other. Like the NGO put us together, and then by the time that we knew that we become a team, and then we'll be deployed in the same um, in the same how to say regency province, and not province, regency, kabupaten, right, regency. And then like we really confused by then, like why we are like, why they put us together, because like we have such a we have like very different character, and then a strong character in each of us. Like the oldest one among 40 participants, like the oldest one, and then the youngest one put in the same team, and then the loudest one, and then the most quiet person put in the same team. And then there is some people like who support like some kind of like feminism, and then some people who are against feminism, and then it's just like we put in one group, like we not only us but also like other participants say that, oh my god, that team's really how to say, like very diverse. So that is why by then we were confused, like why they put us in one team. And then they they answered like, you will know by them, you will know by then, like why all of you put in the same team. And then like to now it just like it is like our 6th month together. And then we start we are starting to know like why we are together in here, like because we are very different, because we have like a lot of diversity. And then that is why we can support each other in our words, like we have one visions, we have a same visions, we have a same interest, but we have but we have strong character in each of us. But on the other side, like now we know that we each of us realize that we are very, we have how to say, we each of us, we have like strong character that is, let's say, that stubborn about our character itself. So that is why we realize and then we admit them. So that is why all of us, like 8 of us, actually bunch of people who wants to learn and then want to grow up. So that is why we put in each other, and then like find like in the middle, how to say, uh uh whenever that we work together, like even if we have like individual work, but when we work together, we always try to learn, we always try to learn, like how about this people, how about this one. And then we need together. It's at first it's really hard for us to how to say, to have like one opinion, or like to gather our head out together. But now like we are starting to know that, oh okay, like that is why we are a team right now, because like we have uh we have our part in that in a team. So that is why this one, like some people will take care about the how to build the connection with stakeholder, and then some people will work about it, how to publish our work. And then like we have our own part in our work. So that is why like it uh about the benefits that we'll talk about in here is like we really learn each other, because we have our own uh because there are lots of diversity that we have. So that is why we can take some of the good things. All of course we met a lot of difficulty in our words and then in our journey, uh but yeah, so far it's very, how to say, insightful. Our journey is very insightful, that because like recently we have like some kind of reflective, we reflective, and then we talk to each other that how that person can how to say, like make each of us like grow in a team, because we also like, oh okay, that person is like that, and then I am like that. At the same times we knew about ourselves more, because we see that there is a character of the other in the team. So yeah, so we, yeah, I think it's benefits a lot for me. And then the others also feels that too. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, such a cool experience, Miss Suji. So yeah, you're right. So the difference makes we gain more power. Yeah. So yeah, the diversity is important to create more color in our circle. So yes, guys, we go ahead with next slide. So maybe we already mentioned about this before. Some of you guys have shared about what impactful your circle in your life. But can you tell maybe one thing that what is the most impactful aspect of shaping your circle? Maybe like the person or the thought that they gave you or anything. Anyone want to share? So here we have Mr. February. Hello, Mr. February.
Hello, Irfan. Hello. Yes, Mr. Irfan. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Hello, Mr. Yeah, you're audible. So, would you like to share us about your circle? What is the most impactful aspect?
Okay. First of all, I would say that the topic is really good. So that's why from the first I joined this meeting, I prefer to listen more than speak. But yeah, according to these questions, what is the most impactful aspect of shaping your circle? Uh, because in the second slide of your presentation, uh, I could see the difference between good friends and also social circle, right? Because there is some terms of uh, how to difference between good friends and also social circle. So that's interesting too. So maybe what is the most impactful aspect of shaping my circle? I guess it's same interest because I do believe that birds with a feather flocks together. So I mean, means that the people who have the same interests, the same hobbies will gather at the same place, maybe like us and our community, because we tend to improve our speaking skills in English, whatever it is. I mean, like we tend to make friends and then to improve all of the things like English or even our thought about something. Uh, and also like sharing other things like scholarship or something like that. I think that the interest is one of the impactful aspect. So that I found this community and some of others communities, especially for English community, something. I think that's all from me.
Okay, Mr. February. So we could also say that the interest as a key to start entering a circle and also
Yes, yeah.
to shaping in the future.
Yes, yeah, I could say that because I don't know you believe or not, but let's say that 3 years ago I didn't really have ability. I didn't really have ability to speak like this. I mean to understand when you are speaking, when you are talking, and then I have to deliver my thought to other people in English. It's totally different, right? But now by the time goes, I mean like day by day, I try to practice it. I try to learn about the new things, especially. So I think that it's getting better right now. So and also, so that's the reason why I started joining some communities, like even it's online communities. It's it's it doesn't really matter, but as long as I get many benefits of the community, especially. So I go with it. That's
Yeah. Okay. Nice to have you talk in English fluently so far. So, okay, thank you, Mr. Febri, for your opinion and your sharing. And then Miss Lisha, what about
Yeah,
your side?
yeah. Does my voice sounds clear?
Yes, sure. It's very
All
clear.
right. Um, I think what I want to deliver is first of all, I do really agree with the previous answer from Mr. Febri, which is what probably could become the most impactful aspect of shaping our circle is the same interest. Yeah, I could agree for that, but maybe I would just my add something from my personal opinion. Um, the most impactful aspect of shaping ourselves, for me, it's actually how we build the bondage itself. As a social being, um, we're supposed to have a inter interaction and relationship and with others, right? And I'm actually don't really familiar really familiar with the social circle, how it actually must be, how is it would it, is it when we have the same purpose, when we have the same ambition, then we actually make shape a social circle. I don't really know, I don't really understand, because perhaps I just joined the meeting. But for a social circle itself, for our circle, is actually important, essential for us to make sure that we build a good relation, whether the person itself, when we the person that we have a relation with is have different interests with us, different different things for most aspect. But when we have the good relation, the good chemistry, the good bondage with them, we can make things we can make things become work, a lot of things become work. So when we build the bondage, meaning that we have the probability to get other connection to their friends, to their connection, right? So I just want to say that it's actually um, for ourselves, like a warned, a reminder for ourselves. Whenever we get into a circle, we must make sure to build a bondage, to build a good connection with people. That's all, perhaps from me. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. That's great, Miss Lisa. So yeah, the first one is the interest, and then supported by the good communication and the good interaction with others. It's important to create a circle that meets your goals. Thank you, Miss Lisa, for your sharing.
What a
And
pleasure.
then yeah, okay, I think this is the last questions. I want to hear from the others who doesn't speak up yet. So here, Mr. Ferdi Andeska. This is one of my friends in college, I guess. So what do you think, Mr. Ferdi, about this the situations? Yeah, we experienced that in this digital era. The way of getting social circle will change, especially in physical interaction. So, but what do you think the specific changes in this in creating a social circle? Mr. Ferdi, are you there? Okay, I guess he's not here yet. So anyone else maybe wants to give your opinion about this? Mr. Tengku? Oh, okay, Mr. Moonshine. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Moonshine. What do you think about this digital era?
Okay, let me try. I think I already mentioned several answers according to this question, right? Since
Yeah.
Gen Z is really connected much with internet or social media. So how it changed our conversation as a human. Actually, I will explain it in political terms. In politics, for example, social media really help Gen Z or young the youth to express themselves. For example, like say their aspiration or criticize the government. The problem is they're not connected as a people, but connected as a, how to say, digital friends, something like that. You don't know who you talk with, but you know their account name. You don't know the characteristic of your friends outside your home, but you know what their sound or voice might be. For example, like online activism. It's really something like something that shape our social circle. Gen Z, the youth, sometimes moved by the idea of pragmatism. For example, like when the hashtag save the soil or reformasi di korupsi or something else. People really wants to get themselves join the movement. So it means that the social circle in digital era actually not really ideological circle, but more pragmatic. Just like if you ask Gen Z, they will answer with issue, not the not with ideology. For example, like what happened in US. If you ask several youth there, they will not choose Biden either Trump because they support issue, and that's how they connected with people and shape their social circle. So it means that social media is really a powerful tools to individualize yourself into the value as an individual, not as communal anymore. So yeah, I think that really complicated, yeah.
Yeah. And then social media also become a platform to keeping our to express all what we are feeling
Yeah,
what inside our
it
minds.
changed people actually already happen in urban area in Indonesia. They change
Yeah.
people from communal, from community into liberal, into individual.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you can say like I already have a courage to say who I am than before. In previous era, we have to join community or connected as a community to express who I am, right? But now, as an individual, you already can say anything or express anything, even just in internet. So.
Yeah, I do agree with you also, Mr. Funshine. So yeah, it's very uh yeah, it's a very common big factor in this area in this era for digital things that influence people to sometimes how to express themselves, but sometimes it also being a problem in our society. Okay, because the time is running up, so I will go to wrap it. Okay, maybe we can skip it. So, okay, guys, thank you very much. So we get to the wrap up. So there are times when you really need someone help, some people around us, as people with whom we can share. Every thought, every idea gets a meaning only after it has been shared. So the importance of social circle is understood by this basic fact. When you meet new people, you see a bit more of the world you don't know, only a bit. Social circles provide you with a zone where you can we can enter and live according to your convenience and not to be questioned about it. Okay, that's all from me, everyone. Thank you very much for having discussion tonight, and hope it will increase your knowledge and insight. Back to Mr. Angga.
Well done, Mr. Irfan. Thank you so much for chairing the discussion. That's very an interesting topic to discuss. I think we are all familiar with this issue because pretty much our circle has played an important role in our life. So as always, before we end our discussion, I think I need to give some feedback, but I reckon I don't have many. I don't have much feedback because I reckon that all of you guys here are fluent enough already to speak in English. But if I may convey something, uh, I I wrote some issues, but it's not much. uh, just like pronunciation, our grammar, etc. But it does not really matter because I can still we could still understand what we are talking about. It. That's the important one. Just like a hike that is supposed to be high. Our selfless, not ourselves, but ourselves. And it's about grammar can be called as that is supposed to be can be called for example, can be called good, can be called important, or can be called important without us. And then their self, that is supposed to be themselves. So there is not their self in English, but that's okay. I could still understand what you guys talking about. And then in terms of pronunciation, I may suggest you, and including me, if you'd like to improve your pronunciation, you might do like imitating or emulating what native English speakers are saying. So when you're watching videos, for example, or movies, you may imitate them to like imitate the way they pronounce words and even their accents if you want to, etc. So and in terms of grammar, yeah, you might like just read more, I guess, to improve it, or beside, of course, studying the rules of grammar itself. Yeah, that's all that I think that I could advise to all of us, including me. And then before we end, let's take pictures together. Okay. Can I ask everyone to show their camera, their video, and show us your beautiful and handsome face to take pictures, everyone? Okay, Mr. Sunshine, Ferdi, Mr. Febri, can you please show your video?
Sunshine.
I missed
Sunshine.
Sunshine here. Interesting, exciting here. And then Miss Uchi, Mr. Ferdi, Miss Nov, Miss Lisa, can you please share your video? We're gonna take some pictures before we call it a day. Okay, nice. Thank you, Mr. Aidin. Mr. Febri, where are you, Mr. Ferdi? Miss Uchi? Okay. There he is. Miss Sophie, Miss Lisa, Mr. Ferdi. Okay, while waiting for them, okay, let me be prepared. All right. So on a count of 3. Okay, Please keep smiling, everyone. Okay, 1, 2, wait, 3, one more. Change your pose. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you, everyone. All right. As always, before we leave the meeting, and when I say Ota community, you guys need to say yesterday. We said tomorrow. So Ota community.
Yesterday.
Yesterday we said tomorrow.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
I'll see you next week.
Thank you,
Bye-bye. Thank you
everyone.
for coming.
Have a
Thank you,
good
everyone, for
night.
sharing the discussion tonight.
For having
See ya.
Thank you
With
so
Saga.
much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for the session. It was very great.
Mr. Angga, can I ask you something?
Oh yeah. Let me stop the
Yeah.
recording first.
Oh yeah, okay.